Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to be taking you through a what I eat in a day, a full day of eating and a calorie deficit to lose weight, build muscle, and still eat good. So today is Saturday and Willie and I are doing Saturday morning breakfast. We like to do something fun on the weekends because during the week we work very go. I'm turning into a coffee snob slowly but surely, and these coffee beans are incredible. This is a local coffee roaster on Long Island. These beans are roasted basically the same week you get to drink them, and it's incredible. So this was roasted on the 30th of January. This specific flavor or roast is amazing. This one is darkness blend, and it's not that dark of a coffee like dark roast, but it has notes of brown sugar and honey. We've been putting that in the French press in the morning, and then I just put in 2 servings of Nut Pods creamer. I love all of their flavors that they have. The original toasted marshmallow or French vanilla are all really good. So we got some coffee already made, and now we're working on breakfast. First, find a handsome man to make you breakfast. We have onions cut up. We're making home fries. We're also gonna use these Trader Joe's maple chicken breakfast sausages. I haven't had these in forever. This looks really yummy. So this is breakfast. The only thing annoying about tracking your food is that you constantly need a food scale with you. Otherwise, it is so tedious and it's just a guessing game. It can cause you to either completely undereat or completely overeat. And for me, I always under track, what is the word? I always undereat when I don't track it because I always think that there's more on my plate than there actually is. So this is breakfast, super easy. I tracked it, I'll show you guys. I just use my FitnessPal to track. I think it's the easiest way to do it. Even though they don't have the barcode scanner anymore, super easy. So I just have the half serving of cottage cheese and the 2 eggs, which is right there. I have the chicken sausages, which is right there. The creamer for my coffee right there. The potato and onion for the home fries right here. And there was some butter in the pan, but there are certain things I just don't freak myself out about, and that's just gonna be one of them. If we were using tablespoons upon tablespoons, definitely track it, but this is what I'm having for breakfast, a nice balanced meal. We're gonna have a nice busy day. And then we'll see what we're gonna eat for lunch because I've been through most of my meal prep already. We prep for the week for breakfast and lunches and also for dinner. So on the weekend, you just gotta go with the flow. So if I start off strong with a good amount of protein, fats, and carbs, then I think we're off to a good start. And then we'll just fill in the gaps as the day goes on. It's so cold out. Ignore this humongous jacket. This looks crazy on camera. I got this from Zara a few years ago for Christmas, and it is the best jacket. It goes down to my little ankles. I'm also 5'3", so that's probably why it goes down to my ankles. Anywho, this is my favorite winter coat. Willie and I are about to go do some thrifting and maybe go to Marshall's or maybe at home too. We're also gonna go stop and get a coffee. It's 12:30 now. We're just hanging back at the apartment after breakfast. I do believe we'll try and hit the gym later on today. My workout schedule while I'm on this weight loss journey is aiming to weight train around 3 to 4 times a week. I'll do legs, push-pull legs. That's the goal. And then as for steps, I try to get in anywhere from 8 to 10,000 steps a day. We also have Tomato back here, our puppy. He's 7 months old. I'm obsessed with Tomato. He's named Tomato because when we went to adopt him, they named him Tomato, and we just thought it was the funniest name, so we decided to just keep it because we kept referring to him as Tomato, and it just felt like it suited him, so he's Tomato. Water. I wanted to talk about water consumption. Speaking of all of this, I want to preface this video by saying that I was an online personal trainer for 2 years, I think it was, in my life. So I do have a lot of knowledge and education on a lot of this stuff. Like my specialization was weight training and macro tracking and hormone health and holistic health. Those were like my main things I really enjoyed, but I also now have a different opinion on weight loss. I think it's not only calories in versus calories out, but I do believe a huge part of this is being metabolically healthy and having proper insulin, because having insulin responses, because having insulin resistance is going to make your weight loss journey so much harder and cause a lot of issues. Most Americans are metabolically unhealthy. I mean, America is one of the most unhealthy countries, period, and hopefully this new administration, fingers crossed, is going to fix how disgustingly unhealthy everything is between like big pharma and the FDA. Very corrupt stuff. But I've done a ton of research. I read through the book Grain Brain, which was a really great book. I also read another nutrition book I can't think of off the top of my head. If I remember it, I'll put it on the screen. I have some to be read of nutrition books that I'm really interested about. Oh, Fast Like a Girl was also such a great one that I technically listened to these books on Audible. So I really recommend Fast Like a Girl. You can get that on Spotify. You can get Green Brain on Spotify or Audible. Really recommend it. There is definitely for women parts in your cycle where I would encourage fasting, where I would also discourage fasting. So when you are on your period and the week after that, I would encourage fasting and pushing your body a little bit harder. But in your luteal phase, which is about 2 weeks, it's like 10 to 14 days before you get your period. The luteal phase, you know, everyone's a little different with how long their phases last, but typically you're a little bit more stressed out and you need a little bit more carbs. So I eat definitely more carbs leading up to my period. So right now I'm in the luteal phase, so I'm eating more carbs throughout the day. So my macro split is similar, but I noticed that intuitively I eat. So I'll intuitively go over my carbs on the days that I am leading up to my period. So currently I'm just feeling more potatoes right now and honey and just different forms of carbohydrates that will fuel me best. I do encourage fasting. I've never done a long-term fast like 24 hours unless I was sick. When I'm sick, I always fast because I swear it makes me feel better, and there is science to back this. There's of course conflicting science for basically everything because everything has a motive and money behind it. But from my own personal experience, the studies that show fasting helps have lined up with my own experience. So if I'm feeling sick, I will definitely not eat carbs because it breaks down to glucose, and if you're sick, you're sitting and like resting, you're not using your glucose like that as much, and so it gives your body a chance to not multiply those sick cells. I'm not saying this correct because obviously I'm not a doctor. I don't have the best terminology for it, but it's something I want to continue to learn and sound a lot more intelligent about. But I do recommend doing that. But that's the only time I've done a fast was when I was sick. I wouldn't eat anything, or I would strictly only eat like protein and fats if I was hungry. But when I'm sick, I don't really have hunger. And also when I'm on the first week of my period, I noticed this my whole life. I never really had an appetite, and I wouldn't eat as much when I was on my period, and everyone would always talk about how they were craving things and wanted chocolate and all this stuff, and I never really related to that. So I'm trying to just lean into that more because it's actually good for you. So the reason that I started recording this clip in the first place is that we're going to get coffee, and at the coffee shop I'm just gonna get a whole milk iced latte with local honey. So I'll get some carbs in from the local honey. The whole milk has some healthy fats, it has carbs, and it has protein, so good for the blood sugar. And then also I brought some chomps for Willie and I. So brought the jalapeno one and the original. We're obsessed with chomps. They have such good ingredients and they're so good for balancing blood sugar. So I'm gonna probably eat one of these and then drink my coffee. I do my best to not have caffeine on an empty stomach, and I try not to eat things that are going to spike my blood sugar as much. I've noticed also my skin has gotten so much better being conscious of things like that. Also just eating a more whole foods, non-processed diet. Obviously something like this is processed, but they're single ingredients and they're good on the go. As for water, I drink about 16 ounces when I first wake up. I drink 2 cups of water. I try to get that down before I eat breakfast and have coffee, because you haven't drank water in like 8 hours, so hydrate, okay? Especially when you're cutting, it's so important to stay hydrated. It'll help too with like hunger hormones and hunger cues being more accurate, because sometimes you just need water but you feel like you're hungry. And then this is a Simple Modern cup. I love Simple Modern. They have the best prices. I got mine on Amazon. I'll leave the link for you guys below. I love these cups. This and Yeti are very like comparable in my opinion. This is 40 ounces. I'll try and drink 2 of these plus my 16 ounce of my water. And yes, that's all the water I'm drinking. I'm bringing this with me so that I'm not dehydrated. So now we're gonna go to the store, get our coffee. I was just telling them I brought snacks.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, we just went to King's Coast, the best coffee shop on Long Island, in my personal opinion. I got my whole milk iced latte with honey. And what did you get?
It's called the seasonal depression.
Yeah, when you ordered it, I was like, oh gosh.
You have to say it depressed.
Yeah, the seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression.
It's just like chocolate and espresso.
It's caramel chocolate, espresso, and milk.
Thank you. It was good. I tried a sip.
She didn't offer me any of hers.
You want to try some?
Oh, sure.
Well, you had this last time.
So I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Now we're gonna go to At Home, the place. Oh, also I did eat one of the chomps before we went in for blood sugar balancing.
Those are the best.
What?
I didn't know what to call them.
Those are the best beef sticks.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I know. These are the best beef sticks.
Can I have the jalapeno one?
Okay.
Jalapeno one?
Now you want it?
Yeah.
I'm like, do you want it? And he goes, We just ate breakfast. That was like 3 hours ago. He said I'm full. And now. Okay, I didn't get to eat like a formal lunch today, so I'm just gonna drink some bone broth. It's already 4:30. I'm gonna drink this bone broth. This one's great. It has 17 grams of protein per 8 ounces. So I'm gonna have the last serving in here and just sip on this. Good for your gut health too, but I feel so jittery after that coffee, even though it was like 3 hours ago. It is 6:30. I'm gonna make myself some dinner because I am literally starving because I didn't have an actual lunch. During the week, my lunch is typically just prepped grilled chicken and either some type of vegetable that was cooked or like a Greek salad type thing. I keep it simple, but we're gonna cook. I'm gonna make some salmon in the air fryer because it's so easy. You don't even need to defrost the salmon, so I'm gonna do that. And I have some leftover cucumbers. We haven't done our weekly grocery shopping, so I'm just gonna kind of use up whatever we have and try and hit my macros the best that I can, aiming for at least 130 grams of protein. And then we're gonna go to the grocery store to get a few things. I'm making a gluten-free lemon olive oil pistachio cake tomorrow with cream cheese lemon frosting. It is so good. Air fryers are a lifesaver. Put the salmon in there with nothing on it, frozen solid, for like 7 minutes. Take it out, put your toppings, your seasonings and stuff on it, place it back in for like 5 minutes, and you're done. And it is so freaking easy. I let it preheat for a couple minutes. This frozen block of salmon, just straight in. So I also have a few, literally a few grape tomatoes left. So I'm gonna use that, just some normal feta, and then, oh, I think these are bad actually. Okay, we'll have to find another vegetable in there to use. We have some leftover spinach, so maybe I'll just make a little salad from this. Okay, easiest dinner. It's like everything but the kitchen sink salad instead of cookies. And then air fried salmon, so easy. I just put my seasonings and some ghee on top, put it back in for another 5 minutes, and then I was done. So easy. I'm gonna eat this. Then we're gonna head to the grocery store. We've been go all day. Maybe I can do a taste test. That's good. This is steaming. I've also noticed that when I air fry it straight from frozen, the skin comes off so much easier when I flip it over, which I'm gonna do after this. Yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna finish this now. Hello everyone, it's 9:45. I'm now going to eat some yogurt that I got from the grocery store to boost my protein. So my protein for the day will be 141 grams with this. I would dress it up and put like honey and frozen fruit, but I want a sweet treat after this, so I'm just gonna eat this nice and plain, which I don't mind. And then I'm gonna have a sweet treat. So I'll come back and report back with the sweet treat. Okay, now it's sweet treat o'clock. I normally don't eat gluten, but we went to Trader Joe's yesterday. We got the mini hold the cones, and this is the chocolate one, so I'm just gonna have, I'm thinking one of these that are so cute, and each one is like 70 calories, it's nothing. That's everything that I eat in a day. Pretty balanced, high protein, healthy. This was a busy day on a weekend without really a plan. No excuses. If you hit your goals Monday through Friday and then you don't Saturday and Sunday, you're not gonna reach your goals. So you have to make sure you plan accordingly, make right choices, and still enjoy the things that you enjoy. Otherwise, your weight loss goals aren't gonna work. That's all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe for more content from me, and I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye, guys.